Jokin Sam by Rudy Bischof. Now, Jokin Sam was a mischievous lad. He liked a little devilment, but he weren't really bad. Truth of it was, he just liked a good joke, kind of like my own self. But one day, his joking went up in smoke. But before this little tale can be rightly told, y'all gotta understand that Sam's joking had got a mite old. See, we'd all been through the bugs in our bedroll, missing our boots, a rattler snake in the poop hole, finding a lizard in the pickle jar. It weren't no big surprise. And yelling bear in the middle of the night, shoot, we didn't even open our eyes. You might could say Sam thought he was losing his touch. More's the pity that it mattered so much, 'cause he tried extra hard to get in a new lick and found himself holding the short end of the stick. One day he punched a hole in a can of clam chowder, drained out the soup and, poured in some black powder. Now, not a whole bunch, mind, but he thought just enough that when touched by a match it would make a fine puff and a little old bang to get our attention. Blowing up the chuck wagon box weren't exactly his intention. But he snuck up to the chuck wagon at the close of the day, hid round the side till the cook looked away. Then he set that doomed can right there on the chuck box shelf, and close by with a match and a devilish grin positioned himself. When "Y'all come and get it," old cookie did yell, we all come a-running 'cause we was hungry as we was real hungry. And whilst we was at the stew pot a-filling our bowl, young Sam lit that match and dropped it down that can's hole. Now, if in the hole in that can were some bigger, maybe things would have been a little more calm. But being as it was, why, you'd have thought he triggered off an atomic bomb with a kaboom and a blast. That chuck box splintered the air. It blowed off Sam's hat, set afire his hair. Next it blowed up the molasses pot, coating that lad with sticky brown snot. The big flour sack was last to go, caking him all up with flour from his nose to his toe. Well, all of this set poor Sam on the run, looking kind of like a burning cinnamon bun. The last we saw of this flaming confection, he was stampeding cows in every direction, with udders a-flopping and bellers of fright, chased by a fire demon. Them dogies hoofed it into the night. Well, I don't have to tell you, that boy caused some kind of mess, and where he got off to that night, that was anyone's guess. But there we was, standing alone on the prairie, with no herd, and the bosses cussing. Oh, let me tell you, he didn't miss nary a word. Matters of fact, I think he made up a few, 'cause some of them epithets sounded plumb new. Well, we rounded 'em up, got every last steer, cow, and calf. It was hard work, but all the boys agreed. It was worth a good laugh. Next morning, come sunup, we sees that young scamp all sheepish and hangdog a-slinking into the camp. And old Cookie finally forgave him and quit chunking them rocks every time he got even a little bit close to his new chuck wagon box. Well, as y'all might imagine, Sam's joking days was over and done. 'Cause now every night at the campfire, we all's the ones having the fun, a-telling and retelling his story and laughing to tears. That ought to keep him tamed up for at least a couple of years. And if it don't, this here'll make him play fair. When he takes off his hat, that boy still ain't got hair. Well, as goes the code of the West. Them's what laughs last, laughs allus the best.